What's up, people? We back with another episode of Beyond the Clientele. I'm your host, J1, J100, or Mr. So 100, because you know I do it the So 100 way. Today we got a special guest in the building, man. We got my brother G Price, man, the owner of the Vineyard, the creator of the Whiskey and Cigar Festival of Whitehaven, the founder of the GK Price Foundation, and the CEO of Price Entertainment in the building today with us, man. Big salute to you, G.
Man,
What it
appreciate
do,
you, man. Appreciate you. I'm just glad to be here, man.
Hey.
Thank you for your hospitality and bringing me on your show, bro.
Hey, man. Hey, it's an honor and a privilege to have you here, man. I appreciate you coming to share with us, man. First thing I want to do, G, man, I know I ran it down, but I want you to share with the people, man, what you bring to this look good, feel good industry, man, with all the conglomerate of things that you do, you know, that you partake in.
Okay.
You know
man,
what I'm saying?
like you said, man, you spilled it out for him, but I'm G Price, man, from Whitehaven. Fairleigh High School alumni class of 89, man. Memphis born and bred.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Like you said, the GK Price Foundation is a charitable foundation that my wife and I, we started back in 2016.
Okay.
We do a lot of charitable things around the community, homeless, for the homeless, back to school drives, food drives, cigar and whiskey festival. The proceeds benefit young professionals, Memphis Urban League.
Okay.
We got that coming up, our second annual, June the 15th,
Yes,
Father's
sir.
Day weekend. Great way, you know, to celebrate that man
Celebrate
in your
Father's
life.
Day.
You know,
Yeah.
and come out and celebrate and have some fun, smoke some good cigars, and
No doubt.
network with some good people, and just enjoy. So we do a lot around town, man. But Priceless Entertainment, that's my business, where the music industry, man. I've been throwing parties since 1994. So I'm 30 years in. And man, so now, we manage a lot of artists around town. We got some great artists on the roster.
Yeah.
And we just living life, man, and it's spreading the love.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up. Okay. Man, I didn't know that you had your hands in all of that. I knew you had your hands in it, but I didn't know about the entertainment company. And then you just kind of enlightened me on the GK Price Foundation, man. That's really honorable just to have a charitable situation going, just to give back. You know what I'm saying? A lot of times we kind of stray away from that. You know what I'm saying? And it's good to put a good foundation together that reach back to the people. You know what I'm saying? I salute y'all on that one.
I appreciate that, my brother.
Yeah. Okay. Let's tap in. Tell us a little bit more about the Vineyard, man. That's the only 40 and up club in the city, from my understanding. And
yeah, man. The Vineyard, Memphis. We started that. Actually, the Vineyard was started in 2009. We was at 3270 Elvis Presley, close to Elvis Presley and Brooks. We stayed there for about 8 years, and then we got out the business. And during COVID, Kim and I decided we wanted to provide a spot for the 40 and older crowd.
Okay.
Somewhere safe, somewhere cool, where they can come and listen to the type of music we grew up on.
Yes, sir.
In an environment that's people like us,
Yeah.
You ain't got to worry about getting your toes stepped on and doing no fighting.
Yeah.
It's just all good grown folks fun. And so, we did our thing with that at 4715 Elvis Presley.
Okay, so you just put me up on something. I didn't know this was a comeback.
Oh yeah,
I didn't know this. Even though I was at the shop, I think, when you were getting ready to take off with it, but I didn't know this was a comeback. I thought this was just setting it off.
Oh no, man! I've been in this for a long time. Like I said, I was on Elvis Presley. All together, man, we was on Elvis Presley from like 2009 to up into the present. So
okay. Y'all just was in a different location.
And
Pause
then
for a couple years.
Yeah, switched the focus to a straight 40 and older.
Okay. Just revamped the whole idea. Came back strong. I like that, man. I like that. I didn't know that. You just put me up on something. That's what's up. Okay. Well, I have been to the spot, man. I can say that it's definitely a 40 and up vibe, man. I had a good time. That's a little out of my area. I'm in the East, but when I did come, I've been there probably about 3-4 times.
Okay.
Literally, I've been there about 3-4 times, and the times I did come through, I had a damn good time.
That's
you know
great.
what I'm
I'm glad
saying?
you enjoyed yourself.
Yeah,
Man.
for sure, man. Well, you know, G, this is beyond. Okay, no. I'm going too fast, man. I'm going too fast. Let me revamp. Okay, this is what I need you to do now, G. I need you to share with the people how they can tap in. You already gave the address to the spot. How they can tap into you if they want to donate to the charity, if they looking for management, you know what I'm saying, from the entertainment company, if they're trying to be a part of the charity, the foundation or whatnot. Just let people know how they can tap in with you.
Okay.
That's what I need you
Well, yeah, they can tap in with us at the gkpricefoundation.org. That's the gkpricefoundation.org. And it's a donation button there to tell you about all the things that we've done in the past, things that we got coming up in the future. April the 19th, Saturday, April the 19th, we have the second annual Zelly Fane Easter egg hunt. And this is a community event. It's put on by myself, Commissioner Pearl Walker from District 3, and two men in hats. And so we putting on an Easter egg hunt for the kids. It's going to be at David Carnes Blue Cross Park right at Auburn and Whitehaven Lane. Free to the public. Lots of Easter eggs for the kids. Plenty candy, Easter bunnies, bouncers, barbecue, face painting. So yeah.
I love it, man. I love it.
That's so gkpricefoundation.org. And on the business side, Priceless Entertainment, you can reach out to me at 901-650-0021 or on Facebook at Gregory Tavion Price or Priceless Entertainment or Priceless Management Group. So
and all of that is on Facebook.
All of those on
Facebook. Y'all know sometime I pop the prompt up, but he said it so clear and articulated so well, we might not have to do that, but I might still put it up
there anyway.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I got you.
Yeah.
Now we moving forward, man. You know, this is Beyond the Clientele. So we like to get to know individuals a little bit deeper than the surface of business and their entrepreneurship and the things like yourself, the things you do in the community, man. We trying to get to know where this man came from. You know what I'm saying? This man who puts all this together and, who created all this. We want to know where he came from on this joint. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So first thing I want to do, you already put it out there. You're a Whitehaven alumni. Give us a little bit on your upbringing and your background, man, and then we're going to tap into a little more specific things. But just a little bit of, your neighborhood, where you was at. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Well, a little rundown.
I'm 54 years old, so I grew up in the 70s, in the 80s in Whitehaven, man, where times were good during them times, know. Fairleigh High School, K through 6, went to Lanier Junior High, and then back to Fairleigh for high school. Like I say, I'm Whitehaven through and through.
Through and through,
man. It's in my blood, man.
Yeah.
And I love it. And that's the reason why we try to do so much in that community. To bring things to that community, because we want Whitehaven kids to be able to experience everything that any other kid in the community is doing.
Yeah.
Man, it was a great time in Whitehaven growing up back in the days,
that,
Yeah. The crack era hit during that time, and that changed a lot for a lot of us, It sent us different places,
Yeah.
I eventually, after high school, I went to the military.
Okay. That was something we had in common. I remember that.
Right. Yeah. Gulf War veterans.
Okay.
Yeah, Iraqi Desert Storm, Desert Shield veterans. Came back home, with the spoils of war on my mind, and that's a difficult time for a bunch of the brothers. So I had to work through that, Went to prison.
Okay.
That's something that a lot of people don't know about me. Yeah.
Okay.
Went to prison, had to work through that, and
yeah.
So my story is a story of redemption, man.
You know what?
Redemption story.
You know what I like? I like that you put that in the air, because now we finna get into the meat of it, man. Let's do this.
Okay.
I like to do what I like to call it an impact by decade.
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So you just shared the little pieces as you went, right?
Yeah.
I want you to rewind, right? I want you to rewind and share an impactful moment, but I want you to do it by decades,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So you're going to go back to Lil G from 1 to 10 in
Okay.
Whitehaven, you know, in elementary school. We start there, impactful moment or moments.
Yeah.
Boom, we're going to go 10 to 20.
Okay.
20 to 30.
Okay.
So that way we can get into some of that, you know, the Iraq war experience, you know, a little bit of that, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So we start right now, we going 1 to 10, impactful moment, man, that molded you into the man, that's part of the man you are today.
I
You know
guess
what I'm
just
saying?
from 1 to 10, man, just growing up seeing the things that I saw being around, you know, entrepreneur people,
Yeah.
people that was on the move. My father, he owned a barbecue restaurant at the corner of 3rd and Macklemore.
Okay.
When I was young, Quick Q Barbecue, and Pop was a hustler, you know.
Yeah.
He was a stylish dude. I got my style and
Yeah,
all of
yeah.
that from Pop. And
I can dig
he
it.
also was a promoter, you know. He was a club owner, you know what I'm
Okay,
saying?
okay.
So I'm walking in his shoes. So I guess my most impactful moments as a child was just seeing my mom and dad and how they was moving,
Okay,
you know, how
okay.
they was grooving. You
Yeah,
know?
yeah.
Yeah.
You had good examples before
Yeah.
you during that time.
Right.
So how many siblings you got?
I got one sister, man.
One sister,
I had
so-
one birth sibling, man. My sister Deborah, I love her to pieces, man.
Dig
That's my
that.
dog.
So it was just two of y'all.
Yeah, just me and her, man.
That's what's up,
Yeah.
man. That's what's up. And now that's a 2-parent household, parents together.
It was 2-parent household until I was 12. That's when
Okay.
mom and dad split.
Okay. So we gonna go into that next decade. Since you said childhood was just that. It was a childhood and
Right.
you had good examples.
Right.
You was moving and just being a
Right.
kid pretty
Right.
much.
Right.
Man, we're gonna tap into that 10 to 20 era. A lot of things happened during that time.
Man, that's when it all changed.
You know what I'm
for me, you
saying?
know.
A lot of things happened during
7th
that
grade
time.
hit, you
Okay.
know, coming into puberty.
Yeah.
Mom and dad split.
Yeah.
You know, the crack era hitting.
All that at the
All
same
of
time.
this at the same time. And as mom and dad split, you know, the finances wasn't the same.
Okay.
You know, now
Yeah.
I'm living in a 1-parent home.
Right,
So,
right.
at 14, I jumped off the porch because I wanted some money.
Yeah.
You know, so I started doing things in the street to make money. And
So tell me this, just real quick. If you think about it, how did that divorce or how did that breakup affect you as a son?
as a grown man now, I can look back and tell you it affected me tremendously.
Okay.
You know,
But you
because-
couldn't tell at the moment.
No, I was just living life. I was just a kid, just going through the motions day to day, you know?
Yeah, you just think this is how it gotta be.
Right,
Oh well, we
right,
gonna keep it
right,
moving.
right.
But as an adult, you can look back and evaluate like, dang,
Man, a mother and a father are there for a reason.
Yeah,
You know, a kid
that
needs-
dynamic is there for a
they
reason.
need both.
Yeah.
You know, so they need both. And when one is lacking, then, you know,
Yeah.
the kid goes slacking.
yeah,
You know, so.
real talk. I like that. Real talk. So tell me this.
Okay.
Whenever they split, were you back and forth? Were you mostly with mom, see pops at time to time, or how did that? How did y'all?
It was 100% with mom, but now, you know, me and Pop would see each other. I would
Yeah.
go and visit him and
Okay.
kick it on the weekends, and you know.
Okay. So it wasn't like a big co-parenting situation where you had a lot of time at each household.
No,
It was, you basically at mama.
I was in Whitehaven.
Okay. Yeah. And
Yeah.
I'm going somewhere with it because you
Yeah.
said you turned around, jumped off the porch.
Yeah.
So now that 2-parent household, the things that you was probably receiving done slacked up a little bit. You know, you said the finances changed.
Right. I
So-
went from having so many toys on Christmas morning, I can't open them all until 7th grade. I got 2 pair of jeans.
Ooh,
So
a real bust down situation.
yeah. So at that age, and then you know
Yeah.
you coming into puberty. And
Yeah,
I'm
all that
starting
count.
Junior high
Yeah,
school.
yeah.
I need to be fresh.
Yeah, I got to
okay?
get right now. Yeah, I got to
So-
get fresh.
So I found ways, and which one the right ways?
No.
but, you know,
It was the only way for
Right,
us at
for-
a point in
for at
time.
that
You know what I'm
moment,
saying?
you know,
It was the
yeah,
only way.
Yeah. And it was
Um,
just wasn't me. It was me and pretty much my whole crew.
Yeah, everybody around, because
Yeah.
that's what it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Y'all was a product of that environment.
Exactly.
So I totally understand that. You know, I was a product of it myself. In that process, boom, we at 14. Bam, you tap into the street life just to get you some money. That's initially how we all started off. It's about getting you some money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As you transition, you step into the streets. How was your next 4 or 5 years coming up from there?
It was actually, man, it's crazy because I don't want to glorify it or make it sound good, but it actually, it was good for me. I was good at what I was doing. So I was making money and I was enjoying the life.
Yeah.
The allure of what that brings.
What it brings, yeah. No doubt.
So, but that's a short walk.
Yeah, and it's a double-edged sword.
Yeah. So
yeah.
So the same way it came, the same way it went.
No doubt. No, and you said you spoke. We're gonna get to that. I don't want to get into it, but we spoke about going to jail at some point. Was that part of that type of lifestyle?
Well, actually, after high school, I went to the military.
Okay, Let's keep it on track. Then.
Okay. And then I came home, and once I came home, I take that back. Cocaine, what was going on before I left home.
Okay.
When I came back home,
crack
was on the scene. And I got a good friend, man. You know him as well, but I ain't gonna call his name. And everybody gonna know who I'm talking about. They know him, man.
Yeah, they know you.
I came
exactly.
home, man, and back then VCRs was about $200 a piece.
Yeah.
And he said he had 2 of them and asked me if I wanted one for my mom. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, what you gonna charge me? He said $60. I'm like, man, what you doing?
Yeah.
And he showed me.
He showed you what he was doing.
Yeah. And so, I mean, my whole neighborhood was already popping.
Yeah, everybody was already doing their thing.
They was already doing their thing. And so I came home and they showed me the way. And, I had family members and friends and that was already doing their thing. And so I jumped feet first.
Yeah. Dig that. Okay. Let's rewind a little bit, man. Tell me a little bit about your experience in the military, man, because a lot of people, I've talked to a lot of young brothers, right, and they always thought, a few of them that I've talked to, they thought that the military was something you couldn't get out of. And I had to break down to them, like, man, you go for a term and then you get out if you don't re-enlist.
Right.
Man, there's some young brothers that was considering going, but thinking they couldn't get back out.
Oh, really?
I'm like, man, no, you could have
They thought
signed
it was a life
up.
sentence.
Yeah, they thought it was a life sentence. I'm like, no, you can sign up for, 3-4 years and you come home, bro. And then that changed your life. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, it can, man. I ain't gonna tell no lie, man.
Yeah.
It was one of the best moves that I ever made.
I say that all the time, bro.
Yeah.
Military was the best move I made.
Right.
Real
Now
talk.
I had to grow into that.
Yeah.
To learn that was one of the best moves I made.
Yeah,
I didn't realize it at the time in which I was going through.
When you took off and left, you didn't know that.
Yeah. And at that time, like I say, I left here August 28th, 89.
How old were you?
I was 18.
Oh, so you jumped straight out of high school and
I
took
graduated June of 89 and August of 89. I was out of here.
Motherfucker.
Yeah, I was
Yes,
out
sir.
of here.
Yes, sir.
And so, that was before any conflict was going on.
Yeah.
The conflict in the Persian Gulf didn't jump off until the next summer.
90, yeah.
And so, I'm in it,
In it.
We're in the midst of it.
And
so,
what was your MOS?
I struck bosun mate, and then in year 3, I went into special warfare.
Okay.
Yeah, Dev Group, developmental group out of Dam Neck, Virginia.
Dig that. Okay, so with that, was that something that did you get influenced to switch your MOS from that?
Yeah, of course, because if you go in as a bosun mate, that's like what they call a deck seaman, where you kind of undesignated, so they got you doing whatever.
Everything. So you went to something specific.
Right. Yeah. You look around for a year or so, see what you may like, and if they like you, then
they let you in.
Yeah, you can go in that direction.
Okay. And this is the Navy.
Navy.
Mm-hmm. Okay, yeah. Damn, that's what. So you on that water?
Yeah. I went one time, man. 31 straight days.
31 days.
31 straight days, man. Seeing nothing but water. But I love the water still today.
Still to this day,
yeah. I love the water, man.
Anytime
I get a chance to get close to something, I'm
you out there at it.
Yeah.
That's what's up, man. So I know, when the war was going on, what was y'all main tactic or what was y'all main assignment at that time?
The ship that I was on was actually a replenishment ship, the USS Seattle, and it was there for support. Support for as replenishment of anything
food, the supplies they need.
Yeah,
ammo, everything. Right, y'all come bring it to them.
Mm-hmm.
Dig that. See, I went in later than you. I participated in the war against Kosovo, which was a small one, but I happened to be in the ammo unit. I was in the Army. I was a 54 Bravo. I was a chemical specialist.
Okay.
But I was in the ammunition unit though, so they was coming, and I'm in Germany.
Right.
So we responsible for shooting all the ammo. We got ammo coming to us to shoot to them, and we shooting ammo to them. You know what I'm saying? So I was a part of that one. It's a different type of momentum whenever you in that shit and it's active. You know what I'm saying?
Sure
that shit
going
on.
It is. Yeah.
That shit different than a motherfucker, boy.
And that ain't what most of us signed up to do. Mm-mm. Most of us was just trying to get
we
some
just
money
wanted
to
a
go
smooth
to school.
sail. We wanted a smooth sail.
Yeah.
And that's what was crazy was after that, I pretty much I had that smooth sail.
Yeah.
It wasn't major for us because although I got certified and for participating in it, I didn't have to go.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It was like I ain't have to go over there, but we shooting ammo, so it's like you part of the whole situation.
Right.
If this ammo don't go, we ain't shooting no guns. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So but just that experience, it was a different time frame from when you just regular Army or regular Navy.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That shit gets serious.
Yeah, but man, just being part of the military, I would tell any young cat if he don't have any aspirations of going to school or he's not already popping entrepreneurially. Military is the best move he can make, man.
Man, for real.
I got a chance to go a lot of places.
Yeah.
Meet a lot of great people that I'm still cool with
still
to this
locked
day.
In with, And another thing, I always stress this, man, and a lot of people don't get it, but the benefits.
Oh, yeah.
The benefits is the icing on the cake, if you ask me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the benefits are great.
And I'm big on discipline, so if you big on discipline, that's a place you can get it.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
No doubt. And if you ain't got it, they'll teach it.
Yeah, if you ain't got it, they gonna put it on your ass now. You know what I'm saying? But I came from a strict mother, probably like yourself. So whenever when I got in there, all that yelling shit, shit wasn't nothing. Man, come on, we there.
That was comical.
Man, that ain't nothing.
Funny to me.
And then I know you can't do nothing to me.
Right.
It's like, I understand the military enough to know, man, he ain't doing nothing but yelling, man.
Right.
My mom been yelling at me all my
life.
life.
I'm used to that.
And she can come across my head if she wants to. So I wasn't studying none of that. Yeah. So and then when I left, I went in at 20.
Okay.
So gee, man, I was 20 years old. I had 2 kids and 2 on the way. You know what I'm saying? I'm just like you. I'm dodging a Fed situation most likely.
Right.
I'm dodging. You know what I'm saying? The streets just really. It was like if I ain't do that, I wasn't gonna make it nowhere else because I wasn't finna go to school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So the streets had me a part of a situation that was working where I was there, but I knew like, man, I gotta get this. I gotta do something different with my life.
Got to, man.
Because I know this shit finna run out of time.
Yeah.
Man, nigga definitely dodged the Fed case because I was gone when it hit.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For real.
Yeah.
For real, man. But it was. I'm like you. It was the best move I made this far. Like period, hands down.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So boom, we go. You go there. You participate in the war, and you do what 4 years?
Yeah.
You do 4 years, and you say.
Well, then I was in the reserves.
Okay.
And but really, I was medically retired in 2014.
Okay.
So altogether, it was 24 years of service,
Okay.
not active duty.
So
24 years of
so you stayed in the reserves
yeah.
after you came home.
Yeah.
That was a smart move. That was a smart move. So that's how you got all them years in service.
Yeah.
And that calculate up in a different bag.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yes, sir.
It's cool.
I didn't know that. See, I thought you had went in and came straight on up out of there.
No.
You stuck in the reserves and walked it on down a little more.
Right.
Dig that. Dig
I
that.
think when I first met you, I had just
Come up out of the reserve.
Yeah, just got medically retired.
Okay.
With my 100%.
Yeah, it sure was. It sure was around that time. You said 2014?
Yeah, somewhere up in there. No, it might have been a little earlier than that. I think me and you been knowing each other. I think I met you probably about 15 years ago. I was thinking back. I said it's probably been about 15 years. How long you been here?
I've been in Memphis, 24 years on the 24th of this month.
Yeah.
Day after my birthday, I'll be here 24 years.
Okay.
I met you when I got to Styles.
Right.
Yeah.
So what year was that?
That was that was about like 2012.
Yeah. Okay.
I think 2012.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I knew it was close to about 15 years.
Yeah, that was like 2012 is 2012, 2013. Well, no, I got married in 2013. I was already there.
Right.
So it had to be like 2012.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think it was back then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somewhere up in there.
Damn right. So yeah, we damn sure, we were 13. Yeah, we about 13 up in for sure. Yeah. So that, and I remember that was a big part of our conversation. We were talking about the military and the, you know what I'm saying, the benefits, shit like that.
Right, no doubt.
I remember that for sure. So, boom, you feel okay. You walk that down, but when you get back to the crib, you still in the reserves, but now they done got active in the hood.
They done got active in the hood, man.
They done took their power and whipped it.
Yeah, man. They done whipped it, man.
And whipped it. That's a different number. Y'all getting them different numbers now.
We did, man.
Yeah.
So you know how that went during those.
Right.
And
that was a hell of a hell of a financial come up.
Yeah, it was, man. But the whole thing is knowing what to do with the money when you got it.
Right, you got it.
You know what I'm saying? And we didn't do the proper things with the money, so the money didn't stay.
Nigga showed out with the money.
If it showed out with the money, lawyer fees.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Your back against the wall. Yeah.
So I mean, it ended up to be a dead end street, man. So I tell anybody, man, that's not the move. That ain't the move, man.
That is not the move.
But the one thing that I will say was great about it for our hood is that it turned a lot of our brothers into entrepreneurs.
Okay.
That understood business.
Yeah.
And they are businessmen to this day. I know a bunch of brothers from my neighborhood that's entrepreneurs running their own business, and that's how they started.
Yeah, they started with that.
Right. So
and that's definitely a fact. Now that's a fact that you get. You definitely get some skills from participating in that lifestyle, and you get a little money management skills. Right. You know what I'm saying? You get a little inventory control. Yeah. Well,
people skills.
Yeah. All of that come in play. It all comes into play, man. You know what I'm saying? Problem solving and everything. You get all that.
Conflict resolution.
Damn right. You get all that, man. That's for real. Okay, so we moving on up. We come up. You come back to the crib. You get back in the game a little bit. Tell me how it led you to get behind bars. You know what I'm saying?
Man, just the situations I was putting myself in through that and through other things nefarious things that I was doing.
Okay.
And so
it led to that.
Yeah, it led to that.
Yeah.
Which I would tell people probably was the second best thing to ever happen to me. Going to prison was a beautiful thing for me.
How much time you do?
I only did one whole calendar. I had a 3-year sentence, but I served a year.
A year.
From January 95 to January 96.
Okay.
And I mean, the experience was something incredible, man. I was in the state of Arkansas, and they had
okay.
It was back like what you would see on Life, bro. I'm talking about with the
chain gang,
with the white, chain gang type shit, with the white boys on the horses. I'm talking about with the guns, and y'all out there in the field. And I'm over there like, what the fuck have I gotten myself into? You know.
So was that a real reality check?
Real reality check, man. Real reality check, because they let me know that, you know, I only did a year, but they could have hit me.
They could have hit, yeah.
They could have hit me.
Damn.
Yeah, they could have hit me, bro. And so, coming out of that,
you knew better.
I knew better. It gave me time to sit back and think about life and what was important. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, once I came back home, being a felon, you know,
a lot of shit changed.
A lot of shit changed. A lot of jobs wasn't fool with me. I went to barber school.
Okay.
And became an entrepreneur. Went into barbering, man.
I see that. That's new too. I ain't know that.
Had 2 barbershops, Priceless Cuts, man, down in Whitehaven. Yeah, man. The shop, I had a guy, man, Hunterley Harris. Hunterley gave me a shot in his shop. And then I eventually bought the shop from him. So it ended up becoming my shop. But, yeah, he gave me a shot, man, and I made the best of my shot.
Dig that, man.
Yeah, started doing my thing from there.
That's what's up. Yeah. That's what's up, man. See, that's something new. I ain't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
You never knew I was a barber?
I didn't know that,
man,
bro.
I barbered for almost 20 years, bro.
I did not know that, man. I ain't know. See, that's brand new for me, man. Cool as we been, I ain't know that.
Yeah.
I sure
and a big clientele.
Dig that.
Yeah, man.
That's what's up, man. Yeah. That's what's up. So you say you end up buying the shop from him?
Yeah, end up buying the shop from him, man. And going on my run for, doing my thing in the barber world.
Dig that. Yeah. That's what's up. Gee, I like that, man. So tell me this, when did you start having children? You got kids, right?
Yeah, I got kids. I have a 30-year-old son. Mm-hmm. That's Darius. Darius lives in Kentucky.
Okay.
Which he gave me my first grandbaby about 2 years ago, Melania. Okay. I have a 27-year-old. That's my oldest daughter, Brianne.
Okay.
She runs an animal hospital in Knoxville.
Okay.
And I have my baby girl, which is Ashley, and she just gave me my second grandbaby, Alora. She'll be a year old on the 4th of July. She came 4th of July. Yeah, this past year. So, man, I'm a proud father. I'm a proud grandfather. Everything I do, however I move, man, is for them.
For them. I can dig it. I just got my first grandbaby, man, 3 years ago. She'll be 3 April 12th.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's a beautiful thing. Man. It's a beautiful thing.
That's your true legacy right there.
Right, no
the
doubt,
grandbaby
man.
is the true legacy. You know what I'm saying? The kids carry on the name, but your legacy come through them grandbabies.
Yeah,
for real.
Man. Yeah,
you know
so
what
I got
saying?
2 granddaughters, and I'm loving it. I'm loving being.
That's what's up. Man. That's what's up, man. I love it my damn self, man. That's a hell of a life, for real. So you had your first one. You say your oldest son is 30, so you had him at what, 17?
What's that? What's that?
What'd you say you was what?
I'm 54.
Okay, and he 30?
That's 24. I was about 24.
About 24. Okay, yeah.
He came when I was 24.
So you was a grown ass man. You didn't have no teenage baby when you first.
I
you ain't jumped straight off the porch.
I didn't, but that year I tell you about, I was 14 though. When I jumped off the porch,
you got loose.
It was actually 2 girls.
So you could have been a 14, 15-year-old father.
Man, I thought I was gonna be. One young lady, man, her mom, they end up having an abortion. And the second young lady, the baby ended up not being
yours.
Yeah. So I escaped.
So you dodged that bullet.
Yeah, and the one who mom aborted the baby, well,
had divorce,
I ran into her years later as an adult, And she was like, "Ain't you glad I did that?" And
Yeah,
I was like,
both of y'all still,
yeah.
y'all
I
both
was like, that
doing
would have
good.
changed the whole trajectory of
Yeah.
their life being a
For
14-year-old
real,
father. But
man.
you know, it is what it is. You
That's
know?
good.
Yeah.
That's good though
Yeah.
now, cause see, I was a teenage father, brother. I had my first one at 16.
Yeah.
Yeah, since I was 16, bro, I've been living like a grown man.
Right.
Like,
Right.
left the crib, living like a grown man. Still went to school, but
Yeah.
living like a grown man since 16. And
Yeah.
like I said, by the time I was 20, I had 2 and 2 on the way.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? By the time I was 20, I had 2 and 2 on the way. Literally on my way into the army, I had 2 babies on the way.
Yeah.
They ended up 4 months apart.
Right. Right.
So, man, I
you
started
moving.
early in the motherfucker.
Yeah, you were moving.
And I wouldn't suggest that to nobody. You know what I'm saying? I always tell a motherfucker, you know, it's just a sign that, you know, you ain't getting no guidance on that. Because ain't nobody never pulled my coattail.
Right, right.
I come from the Jones family. We got a reputation of slanging that wood. You know what I'm saying? So everybody got a bunch of babies. You know what I'm saying? I literally got one uncle out of all my family. I got one uncle that got one child. Everybody else got probably 5 or more. You know what I'm saying? Grandpa probably got about 20. Great uncle probably got about 25, 26. It's like, it was like when I have another baby, they like, here Jones.
Yeah.
They on that type of shit.
Yeah.
Man, that ain't how it's supposed to be. So now my
y'all
little,
got y'all own little city.
yeah, my little nephews, I'm like, hey, don't be out here reckless with your mojo, man.
Right,
you know what
right,
I'm saying?
right.
Don't do that.
Yeah.
That ain't what's up.
How many did your dad have?
My mom, now my dad only had 4, you know what I'm saying? He only had me as a youngster though. He had all his kids he had grown, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
But this is from my mom's side, the Jones family, my mom's side.
Okay.
So that's where that shit came from.
Right,
you know, I was like, I'm with my mama.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that shit kind of came from them. Them Joneses, man, were moving different.
Yeah.
My pops, they ain't got a bunch. They don't have a bunch of kids on
Where you
his
originally
side.
from, Jay?
I'm from Illinois. You know, Southern Illinois, man. I graduated from a town called Cairo, Illinois.
Cairo.
Cairo.
I done heard of Cairo.
Yeah, on your way going to Chicago.
I done heard of
first
Cairo.
time you hit it in Illinois.
Yeah, I done heard of Cairo.
Yeah. That's where I graduated high school from, man. I lived all over Illinois as a youngster, but I'm from Cairo, though.
That's what's up.
Yeah, man. I came to Memphis, though, out of the military. You know, I came to Memphis once I got out the Army.
Yeah.
That's when I came to Memphis, man. I did that 01. So I did 4 years in the Army. And when I got out, I settled in Memphis.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. But yeah, Illinois, man, that's where I'm from, man. That's my stomping grounds. Everything active. Everything was active, you know, in little town, everything was active.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
We're gonna keep it moving, man. All right, we gonna tap in. You said you became a father at 24. Then you said your next child was like 26, so you had a little time before you had another one. You know what I'm saying? Then you had a little time before you had another one. What did fatherhood do? Just like we were speaking on, you know, being a grandfather. What did fatherhood do for you mentally at 24?
Man, fatherhood put a focus in front of me, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I wanted my kids to have and be great. You know, I wanted to be able to provide everything for them that mine had provided for me at that young age. You know, I didn't want to be slacking or lacking on nothing. So
Right.
I went to work.
And then they got a chance to witness you as an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now they done all seen it. You know, like I say, my son with the barbershops, he used to sweep her up off the floor.
Okay.
8, 9 years old, make him $20, $25. So that put the entrepreneur spirit in him.
Right on his head.
You know, with my daughters, man, my daughters are my babies. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they've seen it as well. They saw it over a period of, like, say, their ages, though. Like when I started off, things were a little rougher when Darius was a little well. By the time Ashley came along, you know, Kim and I had learned how to maneuver our finances and work things, and you know what I'm saying. So she always saw it smooth.
It was smooth with her.
Right, it was smooth with her. But
y'all got the hang of it.
She still saw work though.
Yeah, she still saw the grind.
The real grind. And for me and my wife, man, the grind is our fun. You know,
yeah.
it's an enjoyment for us to put these plays together
For sure.
and see them come together. So when we sitting around at home, we ain't sitting around watching no reality shows.
Yeah.
We talking about the next move,
Next play. Yeah. Put something together. Real
so
shit.
the kids have always saw that, man, and you know, and my baby girl, she says she wants to be an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
You know, my son is an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And so we'll see how it go, man.
That's
You know
what's
what I'm
up, man. That's
Yeah.
what's up. I like that, man. So we gonna roll on into them 30s, man. 30 to 40, man. Tell me an impactful time during that time, man. We done shared a lot during them 20s and a lot of pieces of you from that point. Once you hit your 30s, you know, share something up in there that really impacted you, that stick with you to, you know, to this day.
Man, you hitting them spots good, man. Come talking about them. It's like they popping up in my
Yeah,
head. You know what I'm saying? Because
right.
I think one of the most impactful moves through my 30s, man, was like, you know, me and my wife, we had been together for, I guess we got married when I was 31.
Okay.
And so, man, about 7 years in, I guess we have been married about 7 years in, and you know that 7-year itch came around, and you know, we kind of was going in different direction, and you know, when she I had started looking for me a spot downtown. You know, and
You on your way out?
yeah, I'm on my way out, man. She said she was later, you know, we talked about it. She said she was figuring out ways how she was gonna make it work on her own. And both of us, we were going in different
so both
directions.
y'all making the exit.
Yeah,
Ain't even saying
right.
nothing really, though.
Yeah, and then she got sick, man.
Really?
She got sick, man. It was January, and she was telling me that she felt like she was coming out with the flu or something.
Yeah.
And so she went. She was like, "You stay on here with the girls. I'm gonna go to the emergency room."
Yeah.
I'm like, all right. So she called me back. She tell me, they say I got pneumonia. I'm like, wow. She was like, I'm gonna have to stay in here a couple of days. So that went on, and then they sent her home, man. And when they did a thing where they call a PIC line. Where
out of her chest.
Right,
Yeah,
for her to be
yeah.
able to administer your own
Yeah,
antibiotics.
give you
or
medicine and all that, yeah.
Well, when they did that, they went too far and they punctured her. Your heart sits in a sac. It's called a pericardial sac.
Yeah.
They punctured that. So the fluid that sits in there started leaking out.
up out of the PIC line.
So they had to do emergency surgery on her to repair that. And they done put her under anesthesia, and she got pneumonia. So when they got ready to bring her out, they couldn't wake her up.
Couldn't get out of it.
And so, man, she was on the ventilator for like 2 weeks. And they had came to me and they told me she wasn't gonna make it. You know.
Damn.
Yeah, told me she wasn't gonna make it. And to think about, shutting everything down. And I just let them know that, I mean, well, if she ain't gonna make it, ain't nothing we can do, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna help y'all rush it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
keep
not.
on there.
Yeah, keep her on there. And that very next day, man, very same night, she started turning around. And
Really?
man, she at home right now. You know what I'm saying? Made a full recovery. You know,
boy.
And so me and her always say it was God's way of showing us that we were about to mess up.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we knew we could make it on our own. And that's never been the thing, that we needed each other.
Yeah.
You know, that's why I tell people, man, find somebody you want, not that you need.
Damn right. Damn
And so,
right.
yeah, so
That's
that's
deep,
one of the most
bro.
impactful things that happened to me.
Hey, that's
and had to
deep
try to
right
raise them girls and run that business and
Yeah,
all of that while she
yeah.
was going. Because, man, when it happened, bro, and this wasn't no short-term thing now. She went in that January.
Yeah.
She didn't come home to that May.
Ooh, wee.
Yeah, she didn't come home to that May, bro.
Man, I ain't gonna lie, I can feel you on that. You know, I don't know if I told you, I lost my first wife to cancer.
Yeah, I do remember us briefly
so,
speaking on it. You
Hey,
know what I'm saying?
and then it's crazy. The same situation, but whenever they found out, they called it pneumonia, called it the flu. You know, and it was in January. That's what hit me.
Wow.
You said it was in January. You know what I'm saying? Now this January of '99.
Yeah.
No, 2000. I'm sorry. This January of 2000, because my baby was born '99. Right after my baby born, it come around January
Oh, what year?
of 2000.
2000. Okay.
Yeah.
This was like January of 09 for us. I think it was.
Yeah, and
like 09.
man, went to sick call. We both in the Army.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I'm in tip top shape. She in good shape. We got a battalion run. We was both in the same battalion. We got a battalion run. I'm the guide on bearer for my company. Now, I hit the whole formation and come back to the front of that motherfucker with the pace.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was like dead in
Yeah,
shape. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And I end up looping around and she falling out. She wasn't like I would, but she can keep up.
Right.
You know, they running in cadence. They cut
Right,
lip,
right.
lip. You know what I'm saying? We
Right.
singing and everything on the
Right,
whole move.
right.
So they running in cadence. Man, go around, man. She falling out the formation. What's up? Come on. You know, I'm motivated.
Right.
Try to get her to push it. She's struggling though.
Mm-hmm.
We finished the battalion run. She go to sick call. It was an annual run. She go to sick call. They instantly hit her with the cold medicine. You know what I'm saying? I think the next thing she go back because this shit steady getting worse. She go back about 3 days later. Oh, it's the flu. You know what I'm saying? Give her the flu. You know the old take care of the flu symptoms. Man, it get to the point. We go to the grocery store one day. We live on the 3rd floor in the military house. We going up the stairs. She can't even go up. You know, it's a flight here, flight. You know,
Right.
she can't even go up 6, 7 steps. She got to take a break. Bam. That's when we go to the emergency room.
Okay.
We in Germany. We in Landstuhl, Germany. You know, Landstuhl Hospital over there. So when they get in there, and just like you, this is moving on up. This is probably March. They put her in the hospital. Still trying to treat her for pneumonia. All the time she got a tumor growing in her chest. So bam, you know, fast forward, they get to go through April, they still trying to treat her, but she's steady getting worse. You know, they got to give her oxygen at night and shit. It's like that now because it's putting pressure on her lung. Boom. Now they want to look a little deeper. Only thing is, Germany not equipped to treat no tumor, no surgery like that. Okay. So whatever it is, we got to get to the States. So boom, they do the, I think it was a CAT scan or something, and that's when they see it.
Right.
Boom, now we got to set up to go to the States. They send us to Walter Reed in D.C.
Right.
So within the week of them prepping us, that joint go from a golf ball to a tennis ball size. From 4 more days, it go from a tennis ball to a grapefruit.
Oh, it's rapidly.
This motherfucker taking off. Boom. They get us straight to DC. As soon as we get to Walter Reed, I remember like yesterday, man, we got there like 3-something in the morning. They took us straight in for the biopsy because they gotta go and see what it is so they can attack it immediately. Bam, take in, it comes back, you know what I'm saying? She had T-cell lymphoblastic lymphoma. You know what I'm saying? Cancer of the lymph nodes, basically. You know what I'm saying? Growth on her chest. Yeah. They instantly attack it, man. We went at it for like 4 or 5 more months after that. She ended up passing away November 1st, 2000. Tough story, man, for real. Yeah. So that's why I was feeling, and just like you said, you know, about me being her husband, I had to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? She had no brain function. Right. You know what I'm saying? And none of that. So
so that's the difference though.
Yeah.
When there's no brain function.
Yeah, that's where she was at. So I had to make that decision to, you know, make that call, man. One of the toughest things a nigga ever did. And then crazy thing is how technology and research changed. Right. And later on I found out they was doing, people was getting cured from lymphoblastic T-cell lymphoma. Like, I'm seeing this later. Probably 10 years, 12 years. I'm like, damn.
Right, technology.
You know what I'm saying? That shit done moved. Like, damn, man, I wish they had that shit for my wife. But so that's why I say I felt you on that, boy. That's a tough one right there.
Yeah, man. So
that's a tough one.
Yeah, so them that's probably the most
I know that was. Ain't no, yeah, that's the most impactful moment right there. You know, when you thought you were finna lose it.
Yeah.
Because, you know, whenever I lost mine, we had 3 daughters together. Right. So that automatically, boom, I got 3. They are 7, 5, and 1. Now, mind you, I had 2 other. Now, this crazy situation. Me and my wife, we had our first 2 kids. Mm-hmm. We break up.
Right.
So whenever I'm finna go into the Army at 20, we broke up. Mm-hmm. I done got 2 other females pregnant before I leave. Right?
Jones boy.
We get back in the Army. When we get into the Army, crazy situation. This just how the universe and fate line up. Yeah. This is my first love now.
Right.
We done had 2 kids. We done broke up. You know what I'm saying? So, boom. She already in the Army. Mm-hmm. She went in January 97. I went in June 97.
Okay.
I'm like you. I come up off papers. I shot at the police at 17.
Yeah.
I come up off them papers. Soon as they cleared me, I'm out of here.
Right.
May, I got all papers. Yeah. June, I was in the motherfucking Army.
Yeah.
So I got on down. She was already gone.
Right.
So that was another part of my decision because I'm knowing about my first 2 kids. I'm knowing they finna be with her.
Right.
In my head, I'm like, man, the only way I'm gonna probably see them, I gotta be in the military.
Yeah.
And then I'm looking at the Fed situation, all this shit going on around me. I'm like, yeah, I'm finna roll.
Right.
As soon as I got out papers, they got me a waiver. I got straight in there.
Right.
Crazy story. I finished basic training, Fort McClellan, Alabama. You see it every time you go to ATL.
Yeah.
Fort McClellan. Yeah. That's why I did basic training there, right? Basic and AIT. Man, I get orders to go to Germany. Mm-hmm. Not knowing she in Germany, but I don't know where I'm going. I don't know where she at.
Oh, wow.
Right?
Yeah.
Get to Germany, get to Frankfurt. She bring my 2 daughters to the airport just to see me.
Yeah.
Right? Boom. Get Frankfurt, Germany, check in, boom. I see them, hug them, bam. Now we got to go. Yeah. I'm finna get on the bus to my duty station. They finna go back where she stay at.
Yeah.
I don't know where I'm going. I don't know if I'm going further away from. We going the same way. What? I don't know where I'm going. So, bam, I get to my duty station. This is Saturday. I get there, check in my room and shit, check in my barracks room, go to the phone, hit up, tell her where I'm at. I'm in a place called Miesau, Germany. Mm-hmm. She get off the phone, call her squad leader. Boom. Squad leader say, man, he up there with a battalion that we in the same motherfucking battalion.
Oh, man.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They headquarters company, we 23rd Ordnance Company.
Yeah.
In the same battalion, we about 15 minutes away. Come get me.
Yeah.
Fuck you talking about? It's Saturday. Come back and get me. Come get me. She come scoop me and shit. We on some just kicking it, because we both over there.
Right.
Of course, old shit flying back up. Bam, we have another baby.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? The year before she passed, this our 3rd baby together. Bam. Yeah. I get out the military, come bring them back with me. One of my other baby mamas that's in Illinois let me get my other daughter.
Okay.
So I came here 23 turning 24 with custody of 4 daughters. 7, 5, 3, and 1.
Oh.
All girls.
Yeah.
That's how I landed in the city, man.
Hey, that's cold land.
Yeah, that's how I landed here, man. Yeah. I came here, bought my crib, man, and raised my babies.
Yeah.
We gonna get back to you, but crazy sum of this situation. Get my 4 daughters. A year to the day that I buried my wife, I lost my other daughter, mom, in a house fire. Oh, the daughter that let her come with me, the mama that let my daughter come with me, her mom died in the house fire. A year to the date that I buried my wife.
Oh, wow, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's tough, bro.
Tough situation.
Yeah,
you hear me?
tough, man.
That's why I say I felt you when you were saying it, like, you know what I'm saying? Just that turnaround and for y'all to see it.
It's a trip, man, because, you interact with people on the day-to-day, but it's like, man, you never know what a
motherfucking
done been through. Yeah,
that's
you see their glory, but you don't know their story.
Yeah, don't know their story, man, for real. And even even how you were speaking on your wife and the GK Price Foundation, all of that. Is a summary of that situation. You know what I'm saying? Because y'all was on the way out.
Yeah, we was
If that wouldn't have happened, y'all probably wouldn't stay together.
Oh no, you right.
Real talk.
Yeah.
So just to see that and see that come back around, come to fruition, man, that's a beautiful thing.
Yeah,
man, for real.
and today we've been married, man, for 22 years.
22 years.
Yeah, been together for 25, you know.
That's beautiful, brother.
Yeah.
I salute that. I salute that. Now, we finna get in these 40s, man. We finna get in these 40s, because I know, I ain't gonna lie, I know it ain't no other impactful, nothing that's gonna hit you more impactful than that, for real, in them 30s, for real.
Yeah,
I know that
you're right,
situation
man.
was something deep.
Yeah.
So boom, we merging into them 40s, man. We gonna get into them 40s, and shit, you what, 50? You
54.
54?
54.
So you ain't even deep in them 50s.
Nah,
yet.
I ain't too deep in them.
Yeah,
50s.
I think them 50s probably been real good to you.
Man, the 50s been good, but you know, man, the 40s was sweet though.
40s good.
40s was sweet, man. I can't lie. You know, coming out of all the situations and all the stuff that I had
you was
been
what,
through.
You said
and
37 by then. You 37, 38.
by what time?
When the situation
me
happened
and
with
my
your wife, right?
Yeah.
Because you said you got married at what, 31?
We're at 31, and that happened about
7 years.
7 years,
So you about
38, 39, like you
Okay,
said. Yeah, I'm about
okay.
38, 39 then.
So y'all just coming on back around and boom.
Yeah, man.
So the
I'm
adjustment's
talking about-
been made now.
And during them years, man, we had been through a lot, man. We had gained a lot together, had lost a lot together, man. One year, man, we lost a house and Benz and a Jaguar, and you know what I'm saying. We had to
Hard
downsize
times,
and regroup, and you know, but we kept our feet to the fire and kept pushing. And 3 years later, God had gave it all back in abundance. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
even
sir.
bigger and better. So, man, so the 40s, man. The 40s, like I say, I ain't got no, no qualms with the 40s, man. The 40s is sweet, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
By then you was selling. You was smooth selling.
Yeah, man. Had figured out life a little better.
Yeah,
you know, had
that's
figured
what's
out
up.
financing a little better, and you know, had just had to maneuver in his life and in his world. You know, through my relationship with my wife, and we had got back into church. You know, and so you know, my life was on a different trajectory then, you know. It's just we're grown man then, man. Just
at that point.
it's just smooth selling, man.
I like that. I
just
like
get up and
that,
try to
brother.
make some money and then get back to the house and
and chill.
and enjoy your family. You know?
Damn right. I love that, brother. That's a good one. Hey, I like it. That's a good way to even close out the last 14 years. They been smooth.
Hey, they been smooth, man. I ain't got
man.
no complaints, man.
No complaints.
I'm excited about the future. You know,
that's what's up, brother. Dig that, man. Well, look. We're going to keep it moving then. We're going to sum that segment up, man. Impact by decade, man. You shared some real impactful moments, man, and just a blessing you made it through it all. You know what I'm talking about?
God's grace, man. I thank him every day, man.
For sure, for sure. Well, check it out, man. I want you to tell me, man, tell me something that you believed as a child that you found out as an adult it wasn't true.
Something I believed as a child.
Yeah. You know, besides the obvious Santa Claus type shit. Like just something that you actually believed as a child, and then when you grew up you were like, man, this shit's some bullshit.
I can't just really think of nothing off the top, but I will say one thing I didn't know as a child that I was able to learn as an adult though.
What was that?
And it took me to about 40 years old to understand it and believe it though.
Yeah.
That we can actually do whatever we want to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And be whatever we want to be.
Yeah.
It's simple. I try to tell, and I know it ain't as simple as it sounds, but it's as simple as it sounds. If you want, like J1, you wanted a podcast.
Yeah.
You found out what it did.
And put it together.
And put it together. See, that's the difference in a lot of people, though. A lot of people are talkers and a lot of people doers.
Yeah.
You know.
I can do that.
And I done found out that we can actually do whatever we want to do if we're willing to put the work in.
If you're willing to put, but see that you can turn that around too, because you can say, as a child, I thought it was a limit.
Yeah.
You
True
find
that.
out now as a man, ain't no limit.
Ain't
You know
no
what I'm
limit,
saying?
man. We can do whatever
For
we want to
real,
do, bro.
for real.
Yeah.
I can dig that.
Yeah.
Because, even when we was kids, mother might tell you could be the president. We ain't believe that for real.
No.
We still like, it sound good,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I know damn well I ain't gonna be no president. You know what
we
I'm
knew
saying?
not to be reaching that devil.
Yeah. But I'm just saying,
But
that's the type of shit they tell you.
Right. But
You know what I'm saying? But now you say, hey, man, it was limitations.
Right.
You thought it was limitations as a child, but technically, shit, you could have been whatever.
Man, whatever.
Real shit. I can take that one for real.
Mm-hmm.
So okay, I got a sentence I want you to complete for me, man. We old school players, you know what I'm saying? So people take this and see. I done heard so many responses to this, but it's simple. It hurts me to see.
It hurts me to see our young brothers, man.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Man, it hurt me to see them, man.
Yeah, it get that a lot.
I mean,
just how they doing, and I'm gonna tell you something, an analogy I never thought of, brother. And I heard Jeezy talking about it, and it made so much sense.
Mm-hmm.
And you'll be able to relate to.
Mm-hmm.
Jeezy made a comment, man. I was watching him on a podcast, and he said he understood the young niggas right now, like the shooters and the sliders and all that.
Oh, I do too.
He said this, but the way he put it was so cold.
Mm-hmm.
It was like, damn. He said, think about it. He said, when I was coming out as a rapper, all I was doing was hustling. That's all I knew to rap about, right? Mm-hmm. So, of course, that rap shit Jeezy was on influenced us.
Exactly.
Who was doing the shit that he was doing. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
it turned you up. It did everything for you because you was in that mix. Mm-hmm. So you think about the King Bonds and the G Herbos and these niggas who really, the Chief Keefs, that was really amongst that element of them drive-bys and that sliding. You know what I'm saying? They walk them down. They really part of this.
Right.
And they start rapping.
Yeah.
So they rapping about exactly what they doing. And niggas catching their wave.
Yeah.
I was like, man, that shit so cold. He was like, that's why he hated it end up like that. But that influence, and we always say, man, the rap don't influence. It doesn't supposed to influence.
It most definitely influences, man.
It has an influence on us,
It most
man.
definitely influences, and that's the reason why they call it programming.
Yes,
You have to think about, I mean, even us as adults, it's been songs that you done heard on the radio.
Damn
for the first
right.
time, and you like, I don't even like that.
Yeah.
And then you find yourself 2 weeks
Bumping
later.
that. You vibing with it.
Yeah, you vibing with it. You
they
know
done
the
force
words.
it on you.
They done program. You done heard it, so they done beat it into your head.
Beat it into your head.
Man, our kids will go in the direction in which we take them.
For
you
sure.
know what I'm saying? That's the direction they taking our kids, and so that's the direction they going.
That's the way they going.
You know,
real shit.
And then I fought my generation of brothers a lot too. Yeah. Included because we help mess up these streets.
Definitely help
and
mess them up.
That's why I tell people when they ask me like things that I do for the community.
Yeah.
That's one of the reasons why I do it, because I feel like I owe it to the community for what I helped mess up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I can dig
so
that.
That's me
giving back, like you said, yeah.
Retribution. You know what I'm saying?
That's your retribution back to him.
Right. Yeah. And so, like one young brother I was talking to real recently.
Yeah.
And he was telling me, he was like, y'all the one was out here with the guns and doing all that. And then we come along and then y'all say we wrong because it's like they wilder.
Yeah.
Than what we were.
Yeah, they way wilder. Yeah. And they not a lot of them, and I'm gonna say this, and I'm just speaking from my perspective. A lot of them just ain't got no feelings. Like we had, like even with we might have was bucking. Like you say, you jumped out the porch at 14, we bucking, but mama had a place in our heart type deal.
And we had like been raised in church.
Yes,
so
you got a little bit to hold on to.
Right.
So when you get out there, you gonna be a fool, but you ain't gonna be no damn fool.
Right. And see, some of them have no guidance from
they got
no
none of that.
From
none
no
of
church
that.
or nothing.
And then some of them was the daddies that was like, oh, this nigga finna be this.
Right.
He putting it in him.
Putting it in him.
You know what I'm saying?
I got a friend, man. She's a principal.
Yeah.
And she was telling me about how this young dude, he, with his pants and his gang signs and all of that. So she asked for a conference with his father.
He showed up the same way.
He showed up the same way. Said they hugged and he hit him. He hit him with the gang
shaking
sign,
everything.
with the shaking everything when he.
Yeah.
And so she said he asked her, I heard you wanted to speak with me, and she was like, nah,
never mind.
Yeah, and that's where it went. They didn't even have a conversation because
it don't make no sense.
Because
ain't
that's
no
where
need.
he getting it. He
yeah,
getting it fed
ain't no
home,
need. Ain't no need in talking to him.
Right.
And that's a lot of the damage. I would say
Mm-hmm.
a lot of the damage because even when we had parents that probably wasn't doing it right, they were doing the best they could.
Mm-hmm.
So whenever you
Exactly
say
right.
you throw that out the window and say I ain't even trying,
Right.
you throwing out the window of love and affection. You throw out all of that because
Right.
we might even got our ass whooped, but mama gonna tell you she probably doing it because she love you.
Right. Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because she wants the best out of you,
Right.
but she don't know how to get it. She gonna beat your ass and make you get right.
We ain't understand it.
Yeah, we ain't getting that. But when we look back on it in hindsight, she was trying her best to not
That's
make
exactly
us that.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Trying to save us.
Yeah, trying to save you. And not embarrass her in the process.
Right.
Like, come on now, let me get him right.
Yeah.
So whenever you look at that, and you said, you say you look at the brothers, how do you see the next wave? Like, how do you see the 19-year-old niggas now? How you see they kids?
Man, I mean, and hold on, let me just preface it like saying this, because there is a strong wave of them young brothers out there. But man, it's a strong wave of good young brothers.
Yeah, for sure,
You know what I'm saying? That's doing their thing.
Yeah,
you know
it
what I'm saying?
is.
Doing their thing the right way.
Yeah.
So the next wave, I think, depends on the parents in
It
which
just
they
depends.
were born
Yeah.
to. You know what I mean? Because the ones who getting it,
They
they gonna pass
gonna
that
pass it
on.
on,
And
yeah.
and so it's generational.
Definitely.
A lot of this is
I totally
generational,
agree. I totally agree.
Yeah.
And I just know that, just like when we talk about the music and the influence and everything, I feel like that's going to have a lot of impact on, because it's hard to parent now.
Yeah.
It's hard.
It is.
You know
It
what I'm
is,
saying?
with all the influences. that
Yeah,
they
like,
got,
I mean, like, I got all grown kids. You got all grown kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't ain't nobody in school.
Right.
Everybody grown. My baby girl 25. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? And she a mother. That's the one that grandpa, that pawpaw.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
So, my oldest is 31. So they full grown. Like whatever they dealing with, they living their life. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But looking at parenting situations right now, it's hard. Then you take the pandemic.
Right.
Pandemic set so many kids back, bro.
Yeah, it did, bro.
Man, I got a couple clients that's like 4th grade teachers.
Yeah.
Man, these kids reading on kindergarten level.
Right.
In the 4th grade because of what they missed, that wave. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm like, damn, that shit is fucked up. You know what I'm saying? To have to repair that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because it's going to have to be repaired somewhere.
And for that generation, how can you repair that?
Yeah, because you
How
can't
can
run it back.
That's what I'm saying.
You can't run it back.
And it's, records show, trends show that kids that can't read on the 3rd grade reading level.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those kids, especially boys, are more likely to be incarcerated.
Yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what they do. That's what we dealing with.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be a harsh reality when that wave comes to graduating and things like that.
Right.
And I know, of course, it ain't too much you can do. Like you said, you can't rewind. That foundation has to be set.
Right.
So I'm kind of, worried about that next group right there. Those pandemic, they call them pandemic babies or whatever.
Yeah.
That's gonna be a different situation.
It is.
You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be wild, man. Moving right along, man. We're gonna get a couple words in, man, before we shut it down, man. I'm gonna start with the word humble. Tell me what the word humble means to you and how you apply it to your life, if you apply it to your life. You know what I'm saying? and just how you see that word.
I see the word humble, man. It's just being grateful, man. Being grateful for everything, man. And I feel like I'm an extremely humble person, man. I'm grateful for everything that God has done for me and doing for me.
No doubt.
And gonna do for me, man.
For sure.
So, yeah.
So how you feel about, the true definition of humble is basically to dim your light. How you feel about that aspect of humble? Grateful is another part of it, and I understand that. How do you feel about dimming your light to let to allow others to feel comfortable or allow others to shine?
Yeah, and I'm cool with that.
You cool with that?
Yeah, I'm cool with that. I'm G Price, man. My light gonna shine. God don't let my light shine, but you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you ain't gonna dim it, but hey.
Yeah, but as far as others shining, man, I take a great joy in that and seeing young brothers that I mentor shine, man.
No doubt.
People that I manage and being able to put a play together for them, and they started out somewhere and now we taking it somewhere else, man, and they getting that shine, and it's a beautiful feeling.
That's beautiful.
Man.
Yeah. I always say this, man. I feel like life will humble you.
Life most definitely will humble
God
you.
will humble you.
No doubt.
Knowledge will humble you.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Just certain, just like I said, just the aspect of life. But as far as you dim your own light, I don't suggest it. Yeah. I think you should celebrate your wins. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. That's just my aspect on it. Like, my perspective is, man, celebrate your wins. Don't shit on nobody. Right. You don't got to be doing that.
Oh, no.
But celebrate your wins. Yeah. Celebrate where you at. Appreciate what, like you said, be grateful for what you have. And if that's shining, what you have is shining, if it's diamonds, let it shine. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's that on that. Yeah. So that's how I look at humble. I always, I know we was taught to be humble, and I think it came from a different place. Whenever you look at the true meaning of humble, it was more so meaning be grateful, be appreciative. But humble, man, you ain't got to dim your life for now, motherfucker, man. Yeah. Shine on their ass. You know what I'm saying? And if they can't take it, oh well. Them, you know what I'm saying? That's on them. Man, my next word, man, I'm gonna ask you, man, what loyalty mean to you, man? What it mean to you, how you apply it to your life.
Man, loyalty is something that means everything to me, man. Yeah. I grew up in a neighborhood, man, where I got about 8 loyal partners. We've been friends since we probably about 8 years old. Yeah. And we still loyal to each other to this day. Yeah. We done been through all kind of life experience together. One of them was with the prison situation. Yeah. That's my ace Boone Coon.
For sure.
That's
my
brother.
Yeah, y'all
you know
locked
what I'm saying? And I mean, we done been through thick and thin together, man. Yeah. So loyalty means the world to me, especially among people that's around me in my circle.
Yeah.
I can't expect loyalty from somebody.
Yeah, outside
ain't
of that.
Part of me.
Yeah, loyalty got to be established with some type of rapport, like some type of relationship. Yeah. That's the only way you can expect loyalty.
Like I said, I've been with these dudes. Matter of fact, one of my friends, he hit me up day 4 yesterday. He said, "Boy, you realize we've been friends for 50 years?"
Damn.
We met when we were 4 years old. Me and my partner, like Dwight Aldridge.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, at 4 years old.
Before we started kindergarten, bro.
And still rocking.
I ain't never had an argument, bro.
Man, I love it.
Never had an argument in 50 years.
Yeah, that's real nigga shit right there. I like that. All right, man, moving on, man. I always, a lot of time people put these together, man. I always separate them because I feel like loyalty, like I said, you got to have a rapport for loyalty. You got to have a relationship established. You something to be loyal to. You got to have something, established to say we're loyal to that. But respect, I feel like you can walk in the door with that. It ain't got to be established. No relationship has to be involved. You can walk in the door. It can be on your shoulder at all times. So how you feel about respect, man? Like I said, people usually say loyalty and respect. I feel like they two separate entities of life. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Right. So when you say respect, how you feel like about that and how you apply that to your life?
Man, respect now. I know you said it's two separate things, and they are. Yeah. But they go hand in hand.
One comes with the other now. One comes with the other. Yeah. But like I said, with loyalty, like it requires something.
Right.
You gotta have something to be loyal to.
Right.
It gotta be something established.
Right.
Where our friendship,
Right.
our relationship,
Right.
or teammates,
Right.
whatever it is, you
Right.
gotta have something in the middle to both commit to.
Yeah.
Respect, you ain't gotta even know them.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
I carry myself in a respectful way, so I feel like I'm gonna respect everyone.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Unless they show me some reason.
A reason to disrespect or not respect.
Right.
Or
Exactly.
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Would have it play out.
Yeah.
But I look at, that's why I separate, because like I said, respect, you can walk in a room full of strangers.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And respect is, you know what I'm saying? Like
That's
they say,
right.
penitentiary rules in
Right.
effect.
Yeah, no
Everybody
doubt.
better respect everything.
Right,
You know what I'm
right.
saying?
That's right. That's
So
right.
I feel like loyalty has levels. Loyalty, I always put them, loyalty and love is almost the same to me.
Yeah, but an individual has to carry his way and carry himself in a respectful way in order to be able to get that respect, or either to be able to retain that respect.
Exactly. Exactly. You gotta walk in it.
Yeah, because now you can lose respect for something
and it
quick,
never
you know
come
what I'm
back.
saying?
It never come back. Now you gotta walk in that shit, but
Yeah.
like I said, it's something you can carry on your shoulder at all times.
Yeah,
That's
no
why I
doubt,
always separate the two.
No doubt.
You know what I'm
doubt.
saying?
And all them just parts, to me, are just basic building blocks of being a man.
Manhood.
You know what I'm saying?
You right. You absolutely
Loyalty,
correct.
respect,
Yeah,
honor,
you
you know what I'm
absolutely
saying?
right. Yeah.
Yeah.
For real. Those are the building blocks. Then you throw discipline in there, you
Oh,
win.
yeah, for sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You win with all them, for real. Let me see, man. I think I got one more I wanted to run by you before we get up out of here, man. Well, let's do this real quick. Tell me what you have in store for you as a man, as an individual, as a family man, as a businessman. What do you have in store for yourself for the next, we ain't gonna say 5, we're gonna say 3 years?
Man, it's
Something you can put together real, you know what I'm saying? What you
Man.
got in store?
Well, man, just something I try to just been instilling, man, over the years. Each year, I just want to be a better man. A better father, a better husband, better businessman, better friend, better uncle. You know what I'm saying?
I
Better
can dig that,
granddaddy.
yeah.
You know what I'm
Just
saying?
keep evolving. You
Yeah,
just
just
wanna
keep
keep
evolving,
evolving,
man.
man.
I want to keep moving, man. In this process in which I'm working in, man, I done met a lot of good people over the years, man. Made a lot of great relationships, and it's a trip, man, because it's like all the hard work that I done put in over these years, it's always been good for me, but it's like now everything's starting to culminate.
Together,
you know what I'm saying? To really come together, man. And so, man, I'm excited about this next chapter in my life. You know what I'm saying?
You got a milestone coming. That 55.
Yeah,
That's a
55,
milestone, man.
And I want you to be at my birthday party,
Yeah,
man. You know what I'm
I
saying?
got
I
you
let
pull
you know,
up.
man, we're going to do something big, man.
Let me know, bro. Don't let me
for
miss
sure.
that, for
yeah,
real.
man. And
That's
so,
a real
man, life is
milestone,
good,
man.
I want to just keep my entrepreneurial spirit alive, man, and pray that God keep putting these plays in my head.
Plays
and,
together,
You know what I'm saying? And letting me try to see them through,
See
man.
him through. I
Yeah.
can dig that, man. I can dig that. Tell me this, man. Did you ever feel like, you 54, did you ever picture your life at 54? And if you did you picture it like this?
Not really, but you know what, man? It's crazy to say because I've always told, like my friends, they'll tell me, like a lot of them saw my dream before I did. They could see how I was moving and where it was going, where it was going to take me.
They saw it.
They saw
like
the
they saw your
potential in it
potential the whole time.
before I did. I had friends, man, when I was younger, they would, like my partner Lil G or Alan, I put a play together, they'll come and put some money in my hand because they felt like it was a good
work.
play.
Yeah,
man. So
that's dope.
Yeah,
that's
man.
dope. Yeah, so they saw it in you.
Yeah, man. They
Yeah,
saw
I
the
like
potential,
that.
man.
I
So
like
I
that.
just want to, man, in the future, all I want to do, man, is make my people proud.
Dig that.
I want to work hard for the people who I'm working for,
Right.
man, and see how big we can make this thing get, man.
Hey, I love that, brother.
Yeah.
I love that, man. Is it anything, man, you want to share with the people? Like, is it anything you came and was like, I want to make sure I get that out there? Is it something that I know we just tapped in a little bit on your personal life, but is it something that you was like, man, I got to make sure when I get on this joint, I got to make sure they get this right here?
No, not anything in particular, man. But I got a new play that I'm trying to put together, and I guess I'm gonna put it out here right now because of the conversation that we had. Because
Okay.
I need a brother like you, and I need a lot of good brothers, man.
Okay. Okay.
I'm trying to start I have a nonprofit, the GK Price Foundation, but we're trying to start an entity of that, a mentoring program for young men.
Okay.
And man, we want to take 25 young brothers from the 9th grade to the 12th grade, see them all the way through, pair them up with 4 different mentors.
Okay.
Brothers from all walks of life, a street dude, a dude from education background, maybe somebody from a military background, where when they face with different problems in their life, they know exactly who they can call for their problem.
I can dig.
Man, we take these brothers and we walk them all the way through, man.
I can dig.
Yeah,
that,
man, a mentoring program. And I got the idea from this movie that I watched, man. And I will employ anybody. The Forge.
The Forge.
Bro, that was a great...
And that young man from here. You know that young man from here. Yeah, my daughter and them told me that.
Yeah, man. That was a life-changing movie for an adult,
I'm
man.
with you, dog. I am with you. That right there was so powerful, man.
Man, that was a powerful movie.
That was a
so
powerful
anybody out there who got a young man in their life or whatever,
on board with you on
man, make them sit them down and watch that movie with them.
I'm on board with you.
And we're going to start that program right here in Memphis. They already got it going around the country.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We're going to start our own chapter right here in Memphis, man.
That's dope, man.
Yeah, so I'm going to need you in there too.
I'm in. Count me in, brother. All you got to do is get the ball rolling. I'm jumping right in, man.
All right,
for real.
No doubt.
I love to be a part of that. And since we own that, I want to share one with you. We working on something. Me and one of my brothers from Illinois.
Okay.
We working on a nonprofit, and it's called MAFAY.
Okay.
MAFAY.
Okay.
And what that acronym is for is Mothers and Fathers Aspiring the Youth.
Okay.
Right?
Yeah.
So this is similar to the idea you have, but not really mentoring.
Right.
But more so putting a panel of mothers and fathers together. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? And doing some of these basically what we was talking about earlier about like kids that's out here just loose.
You're right.
We kind of stepping in as a mother figure, father figure for them in that sense.
Tighten it down.
Yeah. Give them you know, I'm big on discipline, man. Applying that in their life in whatever aspect necessary.
Right.
You know, we want to do all age groups of parents, like have a teenage mother and father on the board, all the way up to, you know, elderly mothers and fathers.
Right.
And part of a situation where we tapping into all communities. You know, the Mexican and Latino community, the Pakistanians, you know what I'm saying? We got all these people that we already kind of looking at and talking about putting that together.
Yeah,
that's just and this is going to be a state-to-state situation also.
Right.
And that was just something, you know, it would be more so I would need you in the sense of the events you putting together.
Okay.
Those are the things that we can't miss with these kids. Right. You know what I'm saying? Because we are the mothers and fathers aspiring to youth. So I just wanted to throw that in there because we was on that.
Sounds like a great idea, man.
You know what I'm saying?
It's so many of us, man, who got great ideas, man, and we just got to push them forward, man, and, you know, see them happen.
That was just one of the things I wanted to share with you, too, just because we was on the nonprofit thing.
Yeah, no doubt.
And like I said, the events that you throw would be, we were basically trying to make sure these kids have the resources.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's more so what we own. And then being there for them to fill those voids when necessary. Mm-hmm. And we wanted to have parents on all levels as part of the situation. And then, you know, still with donations, stuff like that. Right. You know, hand-me-downs. You know, we're going to have a situation, man, any clothes, we gather.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That type of situation. Yeah. So, man, just keep that in mind. Keep that on your mind, man, because I'll be reaching back to you. But as far as what you got going, I'll be honored to be a part of it.
Man, I appreciate that, bro.
For real, for real. Man, I ain't got nothing else, brother. I think we hit it all. I just really wanted to get a chance to get to know you, man, myself, and let the people get to know who G Price is, man, the man behind it all. You know what I'm saying?
Gentleman's aficionado, man.
Yeah, gentleman's aficionado, man.
Yeah, man. Now, let me say something on that right quick.
Let's do it.
Because we're going to kick off a podcast
Okay.
ourselves. We got a podcast coming up. And that's the name of G Price, the Gentleman's Aficionado. It's about style, substance, and success in the man.
That.
And we're going to talk about everything from wellness to smoking cigars, what type of the freshest, latest colognes to the newest kicks. And
I
so
like that.
it's,
That. Like a real masculine conversation.
Right. Yeah, that's
nigga talk, having man talk.
Right.
I
and
like
keeping
that,
it
man.
positive, man. Right now we putting it out there. It's we do a gentleman drop of the day.
Okay.
And every day we put out an inspiring quote, a motivational
jewel,
quote.
yeah, drop a jewel.
drop
off.
a little jewel off. We call it the gentleman drop of the day.
I like
And
that,
so,
brother.
yeah,
I
man.
love that, man. That's dope.
Yeah,
That's
and
dope
so
as
man, we're
hell.
gonna bring it in, and because we want to teach these young brothers, man, that it's more than just one way, man.
Yeah, it's
more
plenty
than
of ways to do it, man.
And
For
so
real.
so
I like that, brother. I like that, man. Well, let me say this, man. I wish you the best in all your future endeavors,
I appreciate
man.
that, brother.
Anything I can play a part in, man, I would be honored to.
thank you so much.
I wish you the best for your family, man. You and your wife, you and your kids, the grandbabies.
Man, thank you. Same to you.
I just want all that to, keep
man.
evolving,
Yeah,
keep
man.
elevating, man. Like I said, we go back 12, 15 years, man, but sitting here with you, getting to know you a
Right,
little
we
bit
never
better.
had a
like,
chance to chop it up
you know
like
what I'm
this,
saying?
though.
It's
Yeah,
been an
yeah.
honor and a pleasure, man.
Same here, bro. Yeah.
We will be running this again because I like to do it. We're going to come back and do an update.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It may be later in the year. It may even be next year. We don't know.
Okay.
But I just want to make it known that we definitely coming back, and a lot of these things that we speaking on gonna be activated
be
at
on
that
the pop.
time. You
They'll
know
be
what I'm
on the
saying?
popping, man.
So I look forward to that too, brother, man.
Me as well.
And like I said, man, I wish you the best in everything,
Man,
brother.
thank you, man. Thank you for
Man,
having me,
hey.
man. Bring me on your platform.
Hey, I love it,
Talk
brother.
about
For
my
real.
stuff that I got going on. I truly appreciate it.
Man, for sure, bro. Well, look, that concludes another episode of Beyond the Clientele, man. I'm your host, J1, J100, Mr. So 100, because I do it the So 100 way, man. And shout out to my special guest, my brother, G Price, man, in the building.
Thank
Till
y'all for
next
having
time.
me.
For sure.